Hey everyone, and welcome to Porch Live. I'm in studio here in Knoxville, Tennessee today, and we are excited to do our live broadcast with you. Obviously, you've been playing along with us with the game, but we wanted to start expanding on that a little bit, and so we're going to turn it into a little bit more of a show, essentially. And so we've got David back there running everything, and we expect some fun things and some good stuff to share with you. And so hopefully you've had a great week this week. Obviously, as all of this stuff is going on, we're even starting to see there are a lot of other people and platforms that are trying to share good things that are going on. And some of you may have seen one of the posts we shared with John Krasinski, the guy from The Office, who is doing his own network live from his house called Some Good News. And they've been sharing some great stories. One of them being a girl they surprised who was a huge Hamilton fan. They brought the entire cast on and surprised her, which was awesome. And so we wanted to kind of build off of that a little bit and obviously keep our message going of sharing good things that are going on in your life and other people. And so today we wanted to share some stories that we had found online that we just thought were really cool. And so we wanted to start with this girl, Ashley Lawrence, who came up with a really cool idea. She's a college student, and she was concerned about the masks being a hindrance for people who are hearing impaired and have hearing disabilities. And so you'll see here that she created a mask that has a clear area in front of the mouth. With the help of her mother, she said she wanted to take matters into her own hands, literally. And so she sewed these masks with a transparent plastic window over the wearer's mouth so that those with hearing impairments could still read lips as a means of communicating. And she shipped them to dozens of hospitals for free. Even started a GoFundMe campaign. So if you're interested in donating to that, check it out online. Very cool from Ashley Lawrence. Some other people that we've seen doing some really great things is, and we actually had someone share with us in their neighborhood, was some of these hunts that they're doing in neighborhoods. And so in this one, you'll see they had a teddy bear hunt taking place to help distract the millions of children affected by government lockdowns. Plush toys are being placed in windows to provide children with entertainment, as well as exercise as they walk around their neighborhoods with their parents. Inspiration for the hunt comes from We're Going on a Bear Hunt, a children's book by British author Michael Rosen. So you could see the teddy bear there in the window from Eric Elias, that they're doing a teddy bear scavenger hunt. We heard that from Mary Eckhart in Houston, which was really cool as well. The next thing we saw was a dad who was going above and beyond to help his kids have fun in the yard. And you'll see he created a mini golf challenge in their yard. And so he's been trying to keep their daughters entertained while social distancing. And he created a mini corn golf course. Not only is this a great way to spend time outside, but it also provides a fun and distractive thing for the kids. You'll see the picture there. They actually shared with John Krasinski as well, but if I can see correctly, it looks like they've got gallons of milk as the holes that have been cut, and then some homemade flags. So we thought that was a great story. Another thing we've been seeing is with a lot of grandparents, they've not been able to be seeing their family as much, being at high risk. And so this was something that was really nice that was shared where Bobo, as he is called, comes over to the house. He stands more than 6 feet away at the bottom of the stairs and does story time with his grandson. They maintain the recommended amount of distance, and his grandson sits on the front porch and gets to have story time with the grandfather. So that was really cool, and I think a lot of people who've seen pictures communicating through windows, or I've even seen it at my complex, kids on the balcony and just talking down at the road to their parents. So being able to find those creative ways to still interact with family is great. The next story comes all the way from the UK, in the greater Manchester area. And this guy, Jason Baird, a martial arts teacher, randomly decided to start dressing up as Spider-Man for his afternoon jogs. And it started to pick up steam. He is jogging around the neighborhoods. Kids are flocking to the windows to catch a glimpse of him. And there's even, if you see here, a picture of a little girl who's dressed up to see him as he runs by. And so that was a great story out of the greater Manchester area in UK. The next one is an interesting one, and it features a celebrity, Matthew McConaughey, who has brought his services to host virtual bingo for the residents of the Enclave at Rock Senior Living with his family, including his wife Camilla and mother Kay. Along with calling the numbers, residents were also able to speak with McConaughey and learn more about his family heritage, as well as his favorite drink. And we wanted to show you a clip from this. It's really good stuff. So let's take a look at Matthew McConaughey hosting virtual bingo.
We got an I-24, I-24. Oh! Richard Blunt is waving a hammer up high. Well, we got Charles Kings and the iPad up high. We got 2 winners. Look at this, look at that board.
Great.
4th column straight down. Winner. Let's see yours, Charles King's iPad.
Call them out. Call your numbers out. See what we got.
Hopefully you were able to see just a small clip there of Matthew McConaughey doing the virtual bingo. It's cool when celebrities like that are able to interact with some normal people, especially during these times. So that was really nice of him to do that. The last story we want to feature is coming from out of Atlanta, and many of you have seen his movies, but Tyler Perry has done some really cool stuff this weekend and even leading into this week. Last weekend, he picked up a to-go order from a restaurant and left a $500 tip for each of the 21 employees that were all working at that point. And then today, as you'll see, during the seniors' hours at 44 Atlanta area Kroger stores, he paid for everyone's groceries during those hours. You can see some of the pictures of some of the women that came through there and just how excited they were. And you can imagine in a time like this with people struggling and finances being tight, to just have a random act of kindness like that has to be amazing. And so those are just some of the cool stories that we've seen that we wanted to spotlight here today. And so I hope you enjoyed that. The next thing as we move kind of into our game round is we wanted to announce our category. Obviously, a lot of our work outside of Porch Step is travel based, and normally we're on the road quite a bit and, doing that and on airplanes, taxis, everything you can think of. And so we wanted to bring the travel to our game category today. And so today's category is travel destinations. And before we got started, I wanted to read off some fun travel facts to get you thinking. Obviously, if you're here with us right now on YouTube Live, you will be playing from your phones here shortly. So if you're watching on your phones, once I finish reading some of these facts, we'll get you over to that link before we get started. But just a few fun travel facts. Jet lag actually feels worse if you travel from west to east. Good for the soul and heart. Taking a vacation can lower your risk of heart disease. The U.S. is the only developed country in the world without a single legally required paid vacation day or holiday. 99% of Libya is desert. As you can see, these are all kinds of random travel facts. There are 61,000 people in the air over the U.S. at any given time on any given day. Obviously not right now with people not flying as much, but 61,000 people in the air typically on a normal day. 1/3 of the world's airports are located in the U.S. You'll see a question about one of the airports here in a little bit. The shortest international commercial flight available for purchase is a 15-minute trip from Saint Martin to Anguilla. So that is a short flight and considered international. The pilot and his assistant must eat different food in order to not upset their stomachs at the same time during a flight. Didn't know that. There's a good chance you may see a lake or two when visiting Canada. In fact, it has over 3 million lakes. That's 60% of the world's total. And we will share one more. There's a lot to explore when heading to Russia. Incredibly, the country is bigger than Pluto. Just a few facts to get your mind thinking of some of the geography, some airport statistics that you're going to see here in a minute. So if you're watching on your phones right now, we want you to go over to our game link. It's www.porchstep.live on your phones. www.porchstep.live. If you're watching us on your computer, you can play along on your phone and continue to watch on the YouTube broadcast. As we're getting people over to their phones, I did want to go over the rules of the game. Obviously, correct answers are going to get you the points. If you answer incorrectly, you will receive 0 points. However, when you answer correctly, the speed at how you answer matters. So the faster you answer, the more points you're going to get. A total of 500 points possible for you to receive, and as the time runs out, the point total will decrease. So if you answer quickly, you might get around upper 400s. If you answer slow, you may get closer to 100 or 200 points for each question. So keep that in mind. The last rule is to have fun. And so again, today's category is all about travel. Obviously, none of us are doing that right now, so this will be a fun break for us when we do that. So without further ado, I want to get on to the game. So hopefully you're on your phones right now, porchstep.live, and also watching along if you're on your computer. Let's get started with question number 2. You're going to see question number 2 on your phone as we had a little practice rules memo for you. So question 2. At 29,029 feet above sea level, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain peak in the world and is located in this mountain range. Is it A, the Alps, B, the Himalayas, C, the Rocky Mountains, D, the Pyrenees, or E, Karakoram? And this is a very popular destination for climbers. It was climbed for the first time in 1953 and has had over 4,000 successful climbers since then. It is a long climb. Obviously, at 29,000 feet, it takes around 3 months to complete. And correct answer here is B, the Himalayas. The Himalayas, where you will find Mount Everest, the tallest mountain peak in the world. Moving on to question number 3. With a record-setting 75 million annual visitors in 2018, the city solidified itself as the most visited destination in the United States. Was it A, Los Angeles, B, Las Vegas, C, Orlando, D, New York, or E, Chicago? This is also home to a very popular destination for kids and families. There are some astounding statistics. I'm going to let you guys answer before I get into some of the specifics. But this is a place where if you are a child, you are going to want to go, and you're probably going to end up going yourself. This can be found in the state of Florida. The answer is C, Orlando. And so obviously in Orlando, you can go to Disney World. At Magic Kingdom in 2018, there were over 21 million visitors. And in those parks in Florida, over 75 million Cokes are consumed, 13 million waters, 10 million hamburgers, 6 million hot dogs. That kind of reminds me of our restaurant week and some of the statistics around there. So that can be found in Disney World. Hope you did well on that one. We'll take a quick look at the leaderboard after 2 questions to see where you all stack up. If you're following along with us live, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast, and I'm sure we have some people on the phones as well that are not joining us live. So take a look at the leaderboard, see how you're doing, and let's move on to question number 4. This is Europe's most mountainous country. Is it A, Albany, B, Switzerland, C, Austria, D, France, or E, Andorra? Country also has 7,000 lakes, and it is, I think you'll be surprised to hear this, the Global Innovation Index has voted this country the most innovative 8 straight years, including last year. 8 straight years, which is pretty impressive considering a lot of those polls normally would switch it up every now and then. Apparently they do not. And it's also a very small country. California is 10 times bigger than this country. Answer is B, Switzerland. B, Switzerland. Obviously a lot of skiing happens there as well, so some of you may have picked up on that. All right, moving on to question 5. Built in the 15th century as known as the lost city of the Incan Empire, this destination is Peru's most popular tourist site. Is it A, Cusco, B, Teotihuacan, C, Tulum, D, the Sacred Valley, E, Machu Picchu? This is one that there's always a few that challenge me, but Teotihuacan is another one of those. So this country, the answer here, as you're listening, This is actually one of the new seven wonders of the world. It means old peak or old mountain in the native language. And many of the stones that are here that were moved there weigh over 50 tons. The answer is Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu. So we're going to let you look at the leaderboard for a second to see how we rank. Take a few seconds here. Hopefully you're doing well so far. We got plenty of questions left, 6 questions to go. But take a look quickly at the leaderboard and see how you stack up today. I'm going to tune into the leaderboard here in a few questions to do some specific call outs. But in the meantime, take a look and see how you're doing. All right, moving on to question number 6. This city is home to the world's busiest airport. I told you there would be an airport question. Here it is. Is it A, LAX in Los Angeles, California? Is it the airport in Beijing, China? Is it New Delhi, India? Is it D, Atlanta, Georgia, or E, Tokyo, Japan? This is the world's busiest airport. It's kind of a tough question. Obviously, all of these are very busy airports. This one in particular sees over 107 million passengers per year. It employs 63,000 people. It used to be an abandoned, used to be a racetrack. It's an abandoned racetrack. They actually do a 5K there every year. And there are lots of Starbucks in this airport, as you can imagine. It's at 6 where I looked. I think it's probably more now. The answer here is D, Atlanta, Georgia. D, Atlanta, Georgia. And we actually fly through there all the time, flying here from Knoxville. We're connecting there quite a bit. Over 2,700 arrivals and departures daily. Crazy. So, Atlanta Airport. Next question, number 7. What island prison in the San Francisco Bay housed infamous American gangster Al Capone is now a popular tourist attraction? Is it A, Rikers Island, B, Leavenworth Federal Penitentiary, C, San Quentin State Prison, D, Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, or E, Attica Correctional Facility? It is also known as the Rock. It's a very unique place. The odds of escaping were very slim as it was surrounded by water. The prison guards actually built the prison themselves. The prisoners, excuse me. And then the prison guards lived on island with the inmates. It gets over 1.5 million visitors annually now as a tourist attraction. The answer is D, Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary. A lot of you have probably heard of Alcatraz, where it housed American gangster Al Capone. So take a look again at the leaderboard. I'm going to pull it up here on my phone. See how we're doing. There is a slight lag here on our live broadcast compared to the game, so I'm going to give it a second to let it populate and see how we're doing and try to call a few of you out here as that's loading. I can see here the top 3, and hopefully I'm on track, is we got Bane Martin, Amanda Danson, and Shannon Mills in the top 3. Got 17 of you on here. I hope you're doing well. With that, let's move on to question number 8. With a total height of 2,722 feet, this country is home to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Is it A, Saudi Arabia, B, United Arab Emirates, C, Qatar, D, Oman, or E, Yemen? The tallest building in the world. It is twice as tall, almost twice as tall as the Empire State Building. It also has the longest elevator, which is not surprising. There's 140 floors, and this building took 6 years to build. Pretty amazing considering the size of it, to be able to finish it that quickly. This building is found in Dubai or B, United Arab Emirates. The Burj Khalifa, tallest building in the world. Next question, number 9 on your phone. The historic Tigris and the Euphrates rivers are located in this country. Is it A, Iraq, B, Turkey, C, Iran, D, Israel, or E, Palestine? A lot of religious connotation with these rivers. The Euphrates is actually prophesied to dry up in the end times. It's also one of the 4 rivers that flow from the Garden of Eden, according to the book of Genesis. The Tigris, on the other hand, means the fast one. Very fast moving river. A lot of movement through here. Transportation, other methods. The answer here is A, Iraq. A, Iraq. So we have 2 questions left. I want to take a look at the leaderboard again and see how we're doing. That one was very split. 27% of you got it right, but very split across everyone. As you look at the leaderboard, you can see we got Caleb, Amanda, and David. Caleb just a small lead over everyone. So 2 questions left. See if we can have some people upset Caleb here. Next question, number 10. B.B. King, Louis Armstrong, Memphis Minnie, and Muddy Waters were just a few of the jazz and blues legends who helped create the style known as Memphis Blues, a style that was born in venues located on this famous street. Is it A, Beale Street, B, Bourbon Street, C, Lombard Street, D, 42nd Street, or E, East Street? This street had its heyday in the roaring 20s, booming nightclubs, theaters, restaurants, stores, pawn shops, and music thrived alongside gambling, drinking, prostitution, murder, and voodoo. It was just everything you can imagine going on this street back in that time, and is very close to us here in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's over in Memphis, and it is Beale Street. You may have gotten a clue there from Memphis Minnie, Memphis Blues, Beale Street. A lot of songs written around that as well. So, one more look at the leaderboard going into our last question to see how we stack up. We got one more to go. This is a pretty tough one coming up. I'm not, before getting the questions, did not know the answer to this next one. I think it'll be a tough one. We got Caleb, Amanda, and David still in first, second, and third. So, without further ado, let's go to question 11, our final question. Also called the Chalk Pyramids, Monument Rocks is a popular destination in the state. Formations were the first landmark chosen by the U.S. Department of the Interior as a national natural landmark. Which state is it? Is it A, South Dakota, B, New Mexico, C, Texas, D, Oklahoma, or E, Kansas? Monuments, these chalk pyramids can reach a height up to 70 feet. Digging and carving into them, which would be your natural instinct, is prohibited, as well as drones. Those are also prohibited. It is on private land, but you can obviously access it throughout the day to get pictures. There's a lot of really nice pictures of it online. But to see this, you would have to travel to the state of Kansas. Kansas. So, Kansas is the answer there. And only one person got that right. Wow. A lot of you chose South Dakota, but only one person got it right. So assuming it may have been someone that's not Caleb, anyone else that was close, hopefully they did. Let's take a look at the leaderboard to see who the winner is. We'll let that load up on your phones. And with a total of 3,404 points, the winner of today's travel destination trivia game is Caleb Martin. Congratulations, Caleb. We will reach out to you separately to get you your prize. We hope you all enjoyed a break from being quarantined to feel like you're exploring a part of the world that you may not have known of or have heard before. We thought that would be a fun category for you to check out today. So that's it for the trivia game today. Just a few things that we're getting excited about here at Porch Step. We are getting our live set constructed this week so that we can start broadcasting some shows for you all. The idea is to bring a 15-minute show to you a couple of times a week. And so we'll be doing that through our YouTube channel that you're on right now. That's really exciting. And then just continuing to get some stories. Again, if you hear of any or have any yourself that you'd like to share with us, the more the better. Please just send us a message on Facebook or reach out to us directly to get that over to us so that we can continue spotlighting people. And then also if we have some people that we want to interview, that's another great way for us to get some information out and hear some more from you. So we hope you enjoyed today's live broadcast. We will be back on Friday. We may just continue doing Wednesday, Friday for the game sessions, but we'll keep you posted on our channels. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks to David for running everything, and we will see you next week. Actually, in a few days, Friday. So join us Friday. We'll be live on YouTube. I'll post the links to our page, and we'll see you then. Thanks for playing.